Hi, guys, it's Mr. Miller here. This is my very first learning agenda for my grade 12 law cohort who is currently working at home right now. So far you've been at school, or you haven't if you had a spare. Um, but this is pretty much what I'm going to do every day, my learning agenda, to tell you what you should be doing or what you need to accomplish on any given day. So when I release a post on Google Classroom, you're going to see something like September 17th learning materials and videos. And the first thing you should watch is the video labeled Learning Agenda, because it's going to set out what you're going to do over the day and what I want by the end of the day. Um, at 8:20 every morning that you're working from home, Google Classroom, and my preferred classroom website, will release posts and videos and presentations and materials I need you to do that day. So it's not going to come any earlier. It's scheduled to be released at 8:20. Um, the thing to consider now is how you work best at home. For the past week, if you were at school, you've been getting up early, and I get up at 5:45 every morning. Many of you don't get up that early, but you do get up earlier than you normally do. Uh, but try not to sleep in. I try to schedule you and give you enough work that can be easily kind of accomplished during the day. But some people may make a bad choice and sleep in until 1 in the afternoon. Try not to do that, guys. And try to keep the same schedule as you would in class. So when you're here at KCI, we have the two main learning blocks. Again, 8:20 to 10:20. Try to do 2 hours of work in the morning, and then give yourself the same break you do during the day. Give yourself that 10:20 to 11:05 nutrition break where you put the Chromebook down, put the books down, and you don't focus on school, and then pick it up again at 11:05 and work until 12:50. The things you're going to see in this particular post on Google Classroom, there will be a video of me discussing, again, very briefly, you can read it as well, the course outline for grade 12 law. So the things I really want you to take away from it, just teaching you what is grade 12 law. There is a Google form student information sheet I would like you to fill out. Usually I would give you a paper copy, but because you're not in front of me and we can't really pass papers back and forth too easily during COVID, I would like you to fill out this Google form just telling me briefly about yourself. Kind of the weird thing that a lot of your teachers are doing right now. I have another Google form called the daily attendance form. And it's basically a Google form that says, I'm here and I've seen the information I need to do on Google Classroom. It's kind of like if a supply teacher was in class and they didn't know you, how would you get marked present? So we have to do that little extra step. And it's just a quick daily attendance that says, I'm here. Otherwise, you could be marked absent, even though, it's weird. You're not in the building, but we still have to take attendance some way. Okay, actual things I want you to watch and do. My first note is called Strange Legal Matters. So it's me going through three very famous, again, cases, again, from United States, just and reinforcing the idea that we need to always keep an open mind and informed opinion. The second video I would like you to watch is, I call it the hot coffee case, or Liebeck versus McDonald's. It is, I want to say, the most famous civil law case in existence. I would like you to watch my video and then fill out my Google form connected to it, again, giving me your opinions and your thoughts. And it's this one right here. You just give me your name and you answer the question, was the hot coffee verdict fair? Yes. Why? No. And why? I want you to consider both sides of the argument. The next thing I would like you to think about and discuss is consider the question, should we start school at 10 a.m.? This seems like a strange question for a law class to consider, like wake up times and school start times. But part of the law, part of its purpose is to give us structure in our lives, to organize our lives and make them less chaotic. That's one of the main purposes of the law. So I want you to consider the question, should we start school at 10 a.m.? At KCI, our rooms, again, open right now at 8:05, and I start teaching at 8:20. But at my wife's school, Galt Collegiate, they open their rooms at 7:45 and start teaching at 8 o'clock. And some American schools are even earlier than that. So, again, is this a problem? Again, would you be in favor or against starting school that early? Again, when we're kind of thinking about that question, there's 3 videos I want you to watch. One is from Eastern Commerce Collegiate in Toronto. That they actually do have a 10 a.m. start time, and this is a Globe video where they talk to the principal and interview some students from Eastern Collegiate. There is a TED Talk from a sleep expert talking about teens and sleeping habits and learning. And last is a parents video. So what do your parents think about starting school this early? Again, there's also a Google form that goes along with that where I want to collect some of your opinions. On top of thinking yes and no, is this a good idea? I want you to consider who are the stakeholders in this situation. Again, who will, be impacted by changing the start time of the school? And it's more than just teachers and students. There's the bell, something you get to miss when you're at home. And the last thing I would like you to read and then answer, there are 2 articles about the recent and then canceled minimum wage increase. So there's 2 articles from 2 different sources, and I want you to read both articles and then answer the questions at the bottom of the second article. And lastly, I'll add it here because I don't have the time here. For that third block, that synchronous learning block or asynchronous, depending on what you do, I offer office hours where, again, we can meet on Google Meet, and I'll provide a link in this post. You don't have to show up. It's not mandatory for the most part. But if you have questions, again, you're not quite sure what I wanted you to do that day, you wanted me to re-explain something, this is your opportunity to do that. And that's from 1 to 1:30. And it'll be on Google Meet. And just general Google Meet etiquette. You don't have to turn on your camera. I don't care about that. But come with a specific question in mind. And it's always best if you can ask it verbally. So please turn on your microphone. Again, hopefully you're familiar with Google Meet. But if you don't use Google Meet, you can always ask questions via Gmail. Again, I just may not be able to respond as quickly. And if you just pop on at 1 o'clock, you have a quick question, I can usually answer it. And then you can pop off. You don't have to be there the entire time. Also, once we get to it, maybe during essay season or when we get to a big project like the ISU, I may ask you to pop on for 5 or so minutes to just conference and have a quick talk about your project. If you have any other questions, you can email me or leave a post on Google Classroom. Have a good day, guys.